to the Teaching Corner. Today we're going to do the second column of Level 2 in the Orton-Gillingham sequence. So up to this point, we have taught our students several different ways to spell A. They've done it just A, the letter. They've done it A with the magic E at the end. They've done AI and they've done AY. Now what we're going to do is give them a sentence to help them remember the most common ways to spell A. Using it, the sentence will itself have the most common ones first. So first we're going to teach them a game on a rainy day. And what I'll do is I'll have a picture and it'll have a game on a rainy day, and above each one of those they will highlight what is making that word say A, and then they'll write it above it. So A, A-E, AI, and AY. Then for E, it's he feeds meat to baby Pete. Then I like the night sky. Then we just recently in our last video said that OW says ow, but it can also say O like in snow. So we need to teach them this before we can teach them the O sentence. And O is go home on a boat slowly. Then OO says ooh, like in food is good. It has two sounds. OO says ooh and food is good. And then EW says ooh, like in grew and few. And then we have the long U sentence, and the long U sentence is the mushroom threw a tuba and it was rude. And then we have our second U sentence, a human and a mule and a few. In our last video, we talked about a lot of suffixes, and we said that suffixes were affixes or things added to a word. Now we're going to talk about prefixes, and prefixes again are affixes or things added to a word, but this time they're added to the beginning of the word. And affixes just add meaning. They're not like suffixes. They're not going to tell us parts of speech. But our first prefix is pre, and pre means before. So in sign language, before, you take your non-dominant or left hand in my case, and then you take your dominant hand and you bring it back. So before. So prefix pre means before. Then prefix un means not, and the sign for not, you take your thumb underneath your chin, not. Prefix miss means bad or wrong. So I like students to think of mistake, because when we make a mistake, we do something that was bad or something that was wrong. So for bad, you take your dominant hand and you twist it away from your face and touch your other hand. Bad. Or wrong, you make a Y on your chin and twist it. So bad or wrong. Prefix non means not. Prefix re means back or again. So for re, I'll touch my back, and then again, you take your non-dominant hand and your dominant hand comes into the middle of it. So again. So back or again. And the word I like to use with this is rewind, because when you rewind it, you take it back and you watch it again. Now we have EA. And we're going to teach them the sentence, eat bread with steak, because it has three different sounds. Then we have WA, which says wah, so the A has that schwad sound. And QUA, which says qua, again, the A has the schwad sound. Then we're going to teach them consonant LE, and I always teach them consonant LE, count back 3. They're going to count back 3 letters, and then they'll know where to swoop it. I'll put a link down below for the video that I did on syllable division. Then we'll also have STLE, and so it's the same concept of a consonant LE, but it adds the S like in the word castle. Then we have some more suffixes. So here again is another affix, but it comes at the end of the word, and it does add meaning, and it tells us part of speech. So suffix shun makes the word a noun, and suffix jur makes the word a noun. And now we're going to talk to kids about all of the various ways that we got our English language. So we're going to start with the Greek code. So PH in Greek makes the F sound. And we've already taught them in the first sequence that CH says ch. But now we're going to teach them the second sound, and this again is also part of the Greek code, and CH in the Greek code says k, like in Christmas. So now we have ch, k. We're also going to teach our students about schwa. And the thing about schwa, we've already done it in like wa and qua, but schwa is basically in any unstressed syllable in the English language, we sometimes replace it with the sound, like in the word wagon. We say instead of on. Sometimes I'll use my teacher voice during times when I'm trying to help them figure out how to spell a particular word, but then I'll let students know that we usually say that with a schwa sound. So I'll say wag on, and then we usually say it wagon. So that was the second column of the second sequence in the Orton-Gillingham sequence. I hope that was helpful. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye!